Good morning, students. How are you? I hope, students, and I wish that you are healthy and safe at your home. Students, today we are going to start our next chapter, that is chapter number 6, and the name of this chapter is Tissues. Before moving forward, students, let's recapitulate the thing that we learned in our previous chapter, which is cell, the fundamental unit of life. Okay, so just recapitulate the thing, students. If you see that from the last chapter, we can recall that all living organisms are made of cells. That is why cells are called the structural units of all the living organisms. In unicellular organisms means the organisms which are made up of only one cell, a single cell performs all basic functions, and that is why cell is also called the functional unit of all the living organisms. Okay, for example, students, in amoeba is unicellular organism. A single cell carries out the various functions like movement, intake of food and the respiratory gases, respiration process, excretion process, digestion process. All these processes are performed by a single cell in amoeba. And if we talk about multicellular organisms, there are millions of cells in the body of multicellular organisms, and most of these cells, they are specialized to carry a few functions. So जितने भी cells हैं, हर एक cell के लिए अपने अपने स्पेसिफिक फंक्शंस हैं. लाइक इन सेल आपने देखा था, सेल में जो सेलुलर ऑर्गेनेलीज थी, दे हैव देयर ओन स्पेसिफिक फंक्शंस. तो सिमिलरली सेल has its own specific function. Each specialized function is taken up by different group of cells. So एक एक जो specific functions है जो हमारी body perform करती है, they are performed by different group of cells. And students, since these cells they carry out only a particular function, क्योंकि ये जो group of cells है वो एक पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन को परफॉर्म करते हैं, इसीलिए बहुत एफिशिएंटली वो ये कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो इन यूनिसेलुलर अ सिंगल सेल परफॉर्म्स ऑल द फंक्शन, while in multicellular organisms different groups of cells they perform their own specialized functions. For example, students, if we see in human beings, muscle cells they contract and relax to cause movement. Okay, when you know कि movement is caused by the contraction and relaxation of the muscle cells. Then nerve cells, they carry messages from brain to all the parts of the body and from all the parts of the body to the brain. Then blood, it flows through the blood vessels to transport oxygen. The red blood cells, they carry oxygen, food, hormones and waste material and so on. So all these group of cells they are performing their specialized functions. Also, if we see example of plants, in plant, students, vascular tissues like xylem and phloem, they conduct food and water from one part of plant to the other parts. Food is prepared by leaves and it is transported to all the parts of the plant by phloem, whereas water is absorbed by the roots of the plant, which are transported to all the parts of the plant by the xylem tissues. So see, students, multicellular organisms, they show division of labor, means the work is divided. Cells specializing in one function are often grouped together in the body. So जो cells अपने अपने specialized functions करते हैं, they make a group, and this means what does it mean? That a particular function is carried out by a cluster, means group of cells which are present at a definite place in a body. जो body में एक अपने definite जगह पर present रहते हैं, like nerve cells हो गए, blood cells हो गए. Okay, so we can say that a group of cells that are similar in structure and which work together to achieve a particular function forms a tissue. So what is a tissue? Tissue, we can say it is a group of cells which are similar in structure, जो structure में एक जैसे हैं, and they work together to achieve a particular function, or we can say task, that is called a tissue. Okay, so I hope the definition of tissue is clear to you. Student, this group of cells, they can have a common origin, उनके origin common हो सकती है, they can have a common shape. Okay, so this cluster of cells which we call tissue is arranged and designed, ये इस तरह से arrange हुए रहते हैं so as to give the highest possible efficiency. जितना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा efficiency हमें उस function की मिल सकती है, उतना ये group of cells or we call tissues they provide. Blood, phloem, muscles, etc. Students, all these are the examples of tissues. Okay, in animals we can say the blood, muscles, okay, nerve cells, all these are the examples. Or in plants we see the different types of tissues. Okay, some are the supporting tissues, some are protective tissues, some are the conducting tissues like parenchyma, collenchyma, then xylem, phloem, etc. All we will read about both the type of tissues in this chapter. Okay, so now next we see students, what is the importance of tissues. ये जो tissues हमारी body में present रहते हैं, what is its importance? Number one, they divide the work labor in multicellular organisms. Students, जो multicellular organisms में different group of cells are there, different types of tissues are there, so they divide the work labor. वो work को divide कर देते हैं, and इस division of work से students जो वर्कलोड रिड्यूस हो जाता है पर्टिकुलर सेल्स का, एंड एफिशिएंसी इंक्रीज हो जाती है. ओके, देन थर्डली स्टूडेंट्स, एज आई टोल्ड यू दैट देयर इज डिविजन ऑफ वर्क, सो दे प्रोवाइड अ हायर एफिशिएंसी टू मल्टी सेल्यूलर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग. सेकेंडली, they get organized to form different organs. Tissue, students, like cells are grouped to form tissues. Similarly, tissues are organized or grouped to form different organs. Like heart is one organ, liver is an organ. Okay, and the group of organs or these organs, they further get organized into an organ system. Like example, digestive system. In digestive system we have esophagus, then stomach, small intestine, then large intestine, liver, rectum. All these organs make a digestive system. Similarly, we have many systems, organ systems in our body, like respiratory system, excretory system, nervous system. So these are the organs which are grouped together to make an organ system. And thirdly, students, the tissues, they provide a higher efficiency to multicellular organisms by improving their organization. Students, they are organized and they provide tissues they provide higher efficiency also by the division of work and also through their improved organization. So this is about the importance of tissues. Now next we have, are plants and animals made of same types of tissues? Students, we have read about the differences between the animal cell and plant cell. Now see, what are the differences between the plants and animal tissues? So our question is that, do plants and animals have the same structure? What is your answer? Yes or no? Of course, students, no. Do they perform similar functions? No, they perform different functions. Let's see the differences which are very प्रोमिनेंट, जो नोटिसेबल डिफरेंसेस हैं, देखिए उनको आप समझते हैं कि क्या है. नंबर 1, plants, they are stationary or fixed, means they do not move from their place. And most of the tissue, students, they are supportive. वो सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करते हैं, मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करते हैं, स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करते हैं. एंड दैट इज वाई दे नीड, बिकॉज दे आर नॉट मूविंग, so they need less maintenance, or you can say they need less energy. Animal, students, if on the other hand, they move around in search of food, they in search of the mates and for shelter. Okay, animals move from one place to another in search of food, then for reproduction and also for shelter. So because of this movement, they consume more energy as compared to plants. Now secondly, most of the plant tissues, they are dead. Since dead cells, they can provide mechanical strength better than the lived ones. Okay, so and while in animals, if you say, the most of the tissues in animals, they are living tissues. Okay, this is the difference between the tissues of plants and animals. Now third difference, another difference between animal and plants is the pattern of growth. How growth occurs in plants and animals. In plants, the growth is limited to certain regions, like height में है, or if in width. But in animals, it is not limited to a certain region. ऐसा नहीं कोई specific area increase होता है, the whole body grows. See, another difference, there are some tissues in plants that divide throughout their life. Okay, so the plants, they grow throughout their life, while in animals, the tissues, or we say the cell growth, is more uniform. ऐसा नहीं है कि cells they keep on dividing throughout the life. Okay, animals में एक growth एक certain लाइफ टाइम तक होती है. ओके, एक टाइम स्पैन रहता है जब तक ग्रोथ रहती है, उसके बाद ग्रोथ स्टॉप्स. नाउ अनदर डिफरेंस, बेस्ड ऑन द डिवाइडिंग कैपेसिटी ऑफ द टिश्यूज, various plant tissues can be classified as growing, means the tissues that help in growth, or we say meristematic tissues, and the permanent tissues. Friends, permanent tissues, meristematic tissues, after the process of differentiation, they change into permanent tissues. Okay, so meristematic tissues, they keep on growing, but जो permanent tissues हैं, वो उनकी growth जो है एक time के बाद बंद हो जाती है, and then they become permanent. There is no such demarcation of dividing and non-dividing regions in animals. Animals में ऐसा कोई demarcation नहीं है that these cells are dividing throughout their life, and these cells or tissues are non-dividing. Okay. Another difference, the structural organization of organs and organ systems is more specialized and localized in complex animals. जो हमारी complex animals, like you can say the example of human beings. Students, अगर हम अपना example लें, तो हमारी जो structural organization है organs की, organ systems की, बहुत specific है. Every organ system has its own function. It is not so even in the very complex plants. And the last difference, if you see, they are differently adapted for a sedentary existence. On one hand, plants, friends, अगर आप देखेंगे plants और animals की adaptation, they are totally different. Plants, sedentive means which stay at one place, which are not movable, and active locomotion on the other. In animals, because they are on movement, so they move from one place to another. Similarly, students, जो उनके adaptive features हैं, they are different, and also this is due to the difference in the pattern, or you can say the design or the structure of the organ systems. So these are the 7 differences between the tissues of plants and animals. So students, I hope what are tissues, what is the importance of tissues, and how plant tissues are different from animal tissues, all these topics are clear to you. So let's solve this worksheet and try the answers. Read the lesson carefully, students, in both the books, in your NCERT and the help book also. Please do not copy the answers from the internet. Okay, student, when you read, you understand the lessons better. Students, try these questions and please share your work timely. Okay, thank you and thanks a lot.